With around 8,000 hours on official PvP across multiple consoles, PC, I know a few things about raiding. I may not be the best fighter in the world, but I can definitely get into your base. So today, we're going to be getting into the new PvE raid in under 10 minutes completely naked, well, almost, gathering all the loot and getting out alive. I will have other videos coming out on how to farm bombs and raid with bombs and arrows and all of that also, as I know that this isn't going to be for everyone. But if you want to get in and out nice and quick with very little effort, this is probably the strat. What you will need is sorcery leveled up to the Bat of Nurgle, see my separate how to level sorcery and all that guide. You need some cloth pouches, some corrupting brews or a way of corrupting yourself, and some cleansing brews. I'm basically naked, but I'm wearing like pretty clothes still. They give a little bit of stuff, but not really. You may want some heals just in case you make a big fall, but some bandages or something's pretty good. You might need to heal also after using the cleansing brews. I have my recipe guide which shows you where to get them if you don't know. The raid is located between G and H7 and I'm standing on a pillar just a little bit away. That's pretty easy to get to past all the hyenas and that. You can definitely run here naked. Whip out your wand, summon your sorcery. Now you're going to need to be a little bit corrupted, but first we're going to summon and control demons. And then to escalate, it's going to say we need corruption. So open your inventory or have the stuff in your hotbar also works. Corrupt yourself to 20%. Boop. About there. A little less. And then summon the old Bat of Nurgle. Now mind you can get shot by arrows while you're on this guy. You kind of want to aim for the roof here. Once you get close to where you want to land, press C to disembark, take a big fall, eat some of your cleansing brews straight away to cleanse, have your heals, whatever. I also have glutton for punishment, so that will regen me a lot as well. But if you're in an actual PvP raid, you want to be healed as soon as possible for this. You can start whacking down bombs if you wish to bomb, but if you're using gods, I have a best strat on how to get gods and archpriests and all that video coming out at some point if it's not already at your viewing of this. But assuming you know how to get gods and you have one, don't worry about the loot boxes as they don't have a HP and they don't disappear to things like a damage. So that's nice. Our main goal is to kill the boss up the top as quickly as we can because then all the thralls around will die. So we'll try and summon Ymir. If you didn't know, you can stand on top of your enemy's base in PvP and do this too. You just gotta get up there. It does take a long ass time and it is best to summon in a protected little hut somewhere further away for sure, especially if they're online, or have someone covering your back, but they're likely to die to the god's damage, so be warned. If you die while summoning the god, your god will not be there anymore. I think that's fairly self-explanatory. And for the sake of this video, I'm going to pause through the quizillion hours it takes to summon him. He does a fair bit of damage just spawning in. And we can walk around a little bit. I want to back up just a little bit. And we can start whacking. You've got such a time now that you can back up even further. I'd say Mitra is possibly one of the easiest and best gods for this particular strat. Well, actually, nope, this guy did it good. So now that the guy inside is dead, we just want to make sure we've got some doors popped. So we do a little bit more damage so we know we can get inside. Pretty sure all the doors definitely should be popped. But just in case. Now, as soon as you think you're done, you just press C and that will cancel the summon of the god and you can just jump down and start looting. Ideally, we would have popped something up here to be able to get down good, so we'll see if we can do that. It's just their physical presence messes up the building. You could possibly DC as well, just note the more stuff that falls down, the game freaks out a bit. I reckon we've definitely got some access, but one more hit just to be safe. And you can always bring some bombs with you to do a little bit of extra damage in case. Boop, 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 boop. If you're unfamiliar with using a god and you happen to be on a PvP or multiplayer server, definitely try and use them beforehand on a solo player. If you play on solo player all the time, probably practice doing them before coming here. So now what we're going to do is just jump down and try and find our way in somewhere. As I don't believe there is much loot on these levels. Got some empty barrels. I would like to see them add, like, make it a bit more like an actual base. Crafting benches, thralls you could steal off the crafting benches. Have them be random between tier 2 and named dudes, you know. Little hidden rooms with stuff in it. That'd be freaking cool. But, hey, why would we make it that cool? Looks like we have an entrance down here. Maybe? No. You can start looting these guys also. You can jump all the way down to the bottom and start from there. See, these boxes are still here. And I'll show you some really cool stuff you can get when I'm finished up here. That's where I died. So we didn't pop all the doors, and in that case, what you want to do is whip out your repair hammer, see how much you need to place down, place them down. Generally craft bombs as you go and don't have them already crafted because they're much heavier that way. And you can shoot them or you can knock into them, whatever, but get out of the way unless you're wearing heavy armor. You can have gas arrows and they will do an additional boom. This guy here, he will drop some random denomination of dragon powder and some goodies. Where you repair hammer now. You can find some scrolls from the esoteric library about the place. Don't know why all of these are empty. They might not always be. It'd be cool if they had like weapon display racks with weapons on them and shit. Like, there's a lot of stuff that they could have done with this that they, I think, missed out on. I also don't feel like this is very much gold considering I can kill one rock nose in the volcano and get far more. But yeah, cool, I guess. Somewhere here is the scroll. There we are. Maybe whirlwind blades. Laggy as fuck. But this is what it's like raiding on PvP. So you'll get to like experience the grossness. In fact, it's actually way grosser on PvP because all the dudes don't die when you kill the random guy at the end. There's another random floating scroll. Just run through and check a bunch of the rooms. Though I haven't found much off to these side rooms, sometimes they do have stuff in them. And it's much easier to see that stuff when it's just floating scrolls. You get out the front, you're going to find some cool stuff in the carts out the front also. There's a bunch of boxes spread about, some of them having cooler stuff in them than others. You can find some free bombs on the back of this wagon. Pick them up. About check all these little rooms. You can find some of the battering rams about. You can also find them on the rear, on the outside wagons also. In here, we can find a Musashi's Black Blade. Always there. Kind of stupid, but cool, I guess. So the Musashi's Black Blade is probably the best thing you get in this whole raid. And is that worth it? I don't think so. I don't even think it's very exciting. I mean, if you're doing it for like the most struggle way you possibly can, sure, it's exciting. But you probably won't bother with this if you're a PvPer, I dare say, because you'd probably know better ways on getting most of this stuff. You can also knock all these dudes out. So you can just swing on through with some blunted stone daggers with a blunted kit on them, knock them all out, or throw some purple lotus orbs at them all or whatever. Go through with a regular truncheon. They'll just knock out. You can tame them too. Don't know how they tame out. Haven't tried that yet, but I might make a video on it. We'll see. Yeah, heaps of loot to be found around the place. Not a worthy amount of loot for sure, but a bunch. They tried, and that's how you do it, naked and in under however quickly we actually did it. 10 minutes for sure. Now, if you didn't happen to do enough damage and you don't have enough for another bat of Nurgle, there are certain spots where you can climb over the wall. Look for these slopey bits because you cannot put crenulation there. Smart people put it behind here, so then you still can't climb over it, but they clearly don't play PvP. It's a nice building. I love the building. It's not a PvP building, but it's pretty to look at. So yeah, come try your hat at raiding with gods here. It makes it a piece of piss. And like I said, I'll make a bunch of other videos to show you all how to farm for bombs and craft bombs and arrows and how to raid with all that too, because I know not everyone just wants to cheese stuff. If you found this information informative, smash that like button. If you're not already, consider subscribing. Chuck up in the comments if you're going to bother raiding this or not, or what you'd like to see them add to it to make it a little bit more interesting. Until next time, I hope you have an excellent day, evening, night, morning, whatever it may be, wherever you may be. Goddamn tigers. Stick around, watch one of my other guide videos, and I'll see you guys next time. Let them fight each other. Bye.